Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The phone rang again at 2:13 a.m. I shot upright, heart pounding so hard it drowned out the sound itself. The glow of the screen cut through the dark. Ethan. My husband's name. My throat tightened. He had lost his phone 3 days ago. We'd spent hours searching before he finally gave up and replaced it. I remember how casually he'd shrugged. It'll turn up eventually, he'd said, kissing my forehead. But now his name was flashing again. Alive. As if his old phone had resurrected itself. I hesitated before answering, pulse hammering in my ears. Hello. Static crackled. Then, a voice low, calm, too familiar. Why did you stop looking for me, Claire? I froze. Who is this? The voice chuckled softly, that same way Ethan used to when he wanted to disarm me. You sound scared. Don't be. You already know who I am. The call ended before I could respond. I sat there, gripping the phone so tightly it hurt. The silence afterward felt heavier than the darkness itself. The next morning, I confronted Ethan. He was standing by the kitchen counter, tying his tie, sunlight glinting off the edge of his watch. Calm, unbothered. The very picture of morning normalcy. Your old phone, I said, voice trembling. Someone called me from it last night. He blinked, expression blank for half a second too long. Then a practiced laugh. What? That's impossible, Claire. The phone's gone. Probably some scammer spoofing the number. Ethan, they knew my name. He turned, forcing a reassuring smile. Scammers pull that stuff from social media all the time. Please don't lose sleep over this. His tone, gentle, patient, patronizing, made me feel small, irrational. But beneath that calm mask, I caught something else. A flicker of fear, quickly buried. That night it happened again. 1:57 a.m. The same number, the same haunting chill in my chest. This time, I let it ring until the screen went dark. My fingers trembled as I hovered over the block button. But before I could press it, a message appeared. You shouldn't have trusted him. Check the red folder. I froze. There was only one red folder in the house, Ethan's office cabinet. He told me never to go through it, said it contained confidential work files. I sat there for hours, staring at that message, until the faint blue light of dawn crept through the blinds. When Ethan left for work that morning, I waited exactly 6 minutes. Then I opened the folder. Inside were printed photos, dozens of them. Ethan, smiling, his hand around another woman's waist. Her face half-turned, laughing, familiar. The photos grew more intimate. Hotel rooms, candlelit dinners, the same silver bracelet on her wrist in every shot. My stomach dropped when I realized who she was. Marissa, my best friend. The photos weren't just evidence, they were confessions. Time-stamped messages, receipts, room bookings. And in one corner of the folder, a small flash drive with my name written on it. I plugged it into my laptop, hands shaking. A video opened instantly. Ethan and Marissa, in our living room. My living room, his voice low, intimate. She's starting to suspect. Marissa laughed. You said you'd tell her. I will, he murmured. After the trip. Then the feed cut abruptly. That night I didn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling, every memory replaying in reverse. Our anniversary dinners, the late work nights, the sudden business trips. The guilt that flashed across his face when I mentioned Marissa's engagement. My chest felt hollow. When he came home the next evening, he found me in the living room, the folder on the table. Claire, he said carefully, eyes narrowing. Where did you? Someone called me again. I interrupted. They told me to look. His jaw clenched. You went through my things? Don't turn this on me, Ethan. Who took those photos? Who filmed that video? He didn't answer, just exhaled, as though this were an inconvenience more than devastation. You shouldn't have seen that, he muttered. I laughed bitterly. Shouldn't have seen what? My husband cheating on me with my best friend. He looked at me then, really looked. For a moment, his expression softened, almost regretful. It's not what you think. That line. That tired, cowardly line. I left him standing there and went upstairs. The phone buzzed again. I answered this time. "Who are you?" I demanded. The voice came through, calm, close, and eerily soothing. "You found it, didn't you? Why are you doing this?" "Because truth hides where love refuses to look." The line went dead again. I stared at the phone, feeling the room tilt. The number, the timing, the evidence, it all felt orchestrated, deliberate. But by whom? Marissa hadn't answered any of my messages. Her fiancé posted that she'd left town to clear her head. Ethan, meanwhile, was all apologies and explanations, insisting it had ended months ago. He swore he'd been trying to tell me, that he'd been protecting me. Protecting me from what? 2 nights later, I got another message. "Meet me at the lake. Midnight. Come alone." The lake, our spot, where Ethan had proposed. Every instinct told me not to go, but curiosity burned hotter than fear. I drove there anyway, headlights slicing through the fog. The phone buzzed again just as I parked. "Walk to the dock," the voice said. The air was damp, the wood slick beneath my shoes. The lake stretched black and silent, the reflection of the moon rippling with every step. Then I saw him, Ethan, standing at the edge, holding his replacement phone, its screen glowing faintly. "You shouldn't be here," he said quietly. "Why did you text me?" "I didn't." We stared at each other, the silence loud enough to drown the world. Then my phone lit up in my hand. "Incoming call, Ethan." He frowned. "That's not possible." "I'm right here," I answered slowly. "Hello," the voice whispered, softer now, almost kind. "You always deserved the truth, Claire." He never lost the phone. I looked up, and in Ethan's hand, behind his back, the faint glint of metal. The missing phone. My blood ran cold. "Ethan." "What's that?" He stepped closer. "Claire, I can explain." But I didn't wait for explanations. I turned and ran, heart pounding, breath tearing through my throat as the night swallowed me whole. Behind me, his voice echoed across the water. "You weren't supposed to find out this way." When I reached the car, I looked back one last time. He was still standing on the dock, one phone in each hand, staring into the lake as if something inside it called to him. The next morning, police found his car by the water's edge. No sign of Ethan. Both phones were recovered, one smashed, one waterlogged. The official report called it an accident. But sometimes, late at night, my phone rings again. And when I answer, there's no static. No words. Just the sound of breathing, steady, familiar. And the faint whisper of a voice I can't stop loving, even as it haunts me. "Why did you stop looking for me, Claire?"